A 16-year-old practice in STEMI interventions has now created STEMI programs in 32 countries. I continue to be amazed at the simplicity and the beauty of a 10-minute procedure which saves lives night after night. This is more recently the 15th Lumen Global Meeting in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where results of STEMI from 3.8 billion people were presented. When you take a look at globally, this is the work of the Lumen Foundation, almost spanning a decade now. You can take the entire world and break it into different phases. You can plot out your specific region, your country, and know exactly where you fall. Are you in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4? I think all of us are trying to go to phase 4. What the Lumen Foundation is doing is to help countries go quickly from 1 to the 2nd or the 3rd stage. This is the entire world as it spans in 2016. So when you take a look at the global perspective and understand what are the barriers which prevent a 15-minute procedure from saving lives, let's take a look. These are some of the issues. This is not Photoshop. This is reality. This is coming from São Paulo in Brazil. And this leads us into realizing that these disparities today can be eliminated through various ways. Let's take a look at one of the ways. I know Dr. Botello will be discussing more about this. This is the Latin Lumen Americas Telemedicine Infarct Network. 114 active centers in Brazil and Colombia performing STEMI interventions, randomized, standardized, same protocols for each center, and this has been going on for the last almost about 3 years. We've done close to 900 patients, and this is some of the initial data I'm going to show you. So this is what we have done in Colombia over the last 3 years using telemedicine. 48% of the entire nation in jungles and rivers and all the difficult terrain has been networked, and you can diagnose this and guide this for $287. A life can be saved in the poorest regions of the world. How big can be the impact? This is some independent data coming out of Brazil that 33,000 lives a year can be saved and $844 million saved. Let's take a look into all of this and combine all of this into a single massive program. How big could this be? How important and how large the initiative could be taken into using all the simplicity? Let me show you the final example here. And we took this and created in Samin's hometown and his state in India. So this is the state of Rajasthan, a population of 65 million, which is exactly the nation of France. How much is the size? The size which is exactly the size of Finland. Has probably one of the lowest GDPs in the sub-area. Can you go ahead and network all of this and use all the innovations available to us today with man technology, GPS resourcing? Let's see what can be done. So this is the capital of the state, and it's not too difficult. All you need to do is to create certain PCI centers which are available in most major countries. And then further, it is not terribly difficult to equip them with ambulances which are going to perform STEMI operations only. Let's try to put it all together and show you what I consider is the world's most innovative program which we have created, and here it is. So the systems are on, and there it is going to be. At the end of it, you'll realize this is all being manned by a couple of people sitting in a command center in Dr. Sharma's hospital in Jaipur. And this is how the system runs. Let me run it for you and show you, including what some of the new metrics. I think gone is the era then you have to be concerned about door-to-balloon time. In our business, we are concerned with time to telemedicine diagnosis, how quickly all this can be started. So here is the system. You're going to be dealing with a small spoke which can be located 250 miles away from any primary PCI center. The system starts, you perform an EKG, you remove the noise, clear it, add the clinical aspects to it, create a single file which is transmitted immediately to a command center, which starts the navigation, which starts getting all the ambulance networks, starts creating all the pathways onto the hub, which is informed, and all the improvements and the enhancements which we have been practicing in the United States for the last decade are now being put into place. Even in remote areas, you're able to do an ED bypass, and the entire system is being controlled. These are the new metrics I've been telling you. Piece of cake. It is all possible. It is all available. Roxana, saved you 2 minutes too. Takes us 10 minutes to do a STEMI intervention, should not take us more than 8 minutes to convince you the finest indication of PCI remains STEMI. I think we can probably create systems which can help entire countries move from the stage where they are struggling today, where they are using streptokinase, to quickly advance them to using PCI. Thank you so much.